Hey, it's Chris here today from Huckabones Equipment. In today's video, as you see behind me, we're going to do an overview of an R430 Kubota. It's a pretty rare unit. This was one of 3 in Canada at this time. So let's do what we always do, start at the front and work our way back, pointing out all the key features. So whenever we're talking about R430s, where do they fit in Kubota's lineup? So it is the wheel loader lineup. So Kubota has 3 models in there. So the smallest being the 430. Then after that you have the 540 and the 640. This is the orphan of the lineup. The 540 and the 640 look virtually the same and just have bigger engines kind of idea. This one sits on its own. It looks very much different and drives a little bit different and is different than the other 2. At the time of this filming, there was only 3 other ones set up the same in Canada. That means it has a loader boom on the front and is a cab unit. You won't see a lot of them out there. They'll actually be underground in a mine somewhere. They'll be set up with a forklift mast. So very popular that way. If there's 100 of them for sale in Canada right now, like 85% will be with that forklift mast. So, but today's video, we'll be just focusing on the loader end of stuff. So let's start and talk about this bucket out front here. Whenever we start out front here, you'll see a very heavy duty bucket. This is just sold in their R series lineup, specifically with the R430. So it is 66-inch front bucket, designed to have a capacity of over 5,000 pounds. The lift capacity of this loader at full tip is with a bucket at just under 5,000 pounds, roughly 4,900. Whenever you put pallet forks on the front of this, it does drop to about 3,500. That's kind of the couple specs that you need to know whenever dealing out front here. It is going to come standard with the skid steer quick attach on the front. One that we did retail, we were able to make it hydraulic quick connect like the other units. At the time we kind of rigged up to make it function that way. So it is possible, if you're looking for a few different options on the front, to go hydraulic disconnect. Just ask about it in the comments and we'll explain how it was done. So as I mentioned right off the top with that 66-inch bucket, the capacity wise, yardage wise, is half a yard bucket. So very important whenever you're doing some loads out of that. Whenever you're looking at the lift specs, as I mentioned, roughly 5,000 pounds with a bucket. So whenever you're looking at a spec sheet, there is some finessing that needs to be done, because it'll tell you in the back, the brochure there, that the lift capacity at ground level is 3,700 pounds. The tipping load straight is 5,700 pounds. The rated operating capacity, 50% of tipping load, is going to be roughly 2,500 pounds. That's a lot of different information thrown at you, telling you different lift capacities. At the end of the day, what you're going to need to know is that at maximum lift, 24 inches off the ground, is going to be roughly that 5,000 pounds. When it's fully turned, it's going to be roughly 2,500 pounds. And it's utilizing that with the loader specs of that double wishbone style to really give it that pivoting point, to give it all that strength there. So whenever I was going through the spec sheet, one of the neater stats I've seen, because I've never really seen it before, is how fast this thing can lift and lower. So it is 4.4 seconds all the way up, and then 3.3 from max to ground level. So again, do what you like with that spec. I just thought it was neat to see on the spec sheet. So okay, so we moved a little bit further back here, talking about what's driving this unit. So you got a 50 horsepower Kubota diesel engine powering it there. So lots of horsepower for the small unit. The 540s and the 640s of the world aren't much more horsepower than this at 55 and 65 horsepower. So for the size of it, a lot of power coming out of that forklift drive kind of idea, where you have a forward reverser, press on the pedal going to rev it up kind of idea. So a nice and simple, easy drive system. So whenever you get into tires from this is it. So Kubota doesn't really offer any other stylings for this size of unit. Whenever you get up into the bigger ones, yeah, they have Nokians and then the standard industrial like you see here. There are other tires available out there, just not through Kubota. So you may see a few different setups, especially again whenever you get into the mining world of things, what other tires are out there, whether it be foam filled or whatnot. Lots of different tire choices, just not through Kubota, is basically the end of the day on that. One thing you should also know about this whenever you're actually driving it is your turning radius. So you're going to be at roughly 10 feet of a turning radius, which is pretty excellent in the world of small wheel loaders that way for very tight turning. That's what you're looking for whenever you're getting one of these, is to get it in small areas. So the tighter it can turn, the better it is for you. Because not everybody's going to be looking for this. It is a pretty specialized unit that way as to what it delivers in that smaller package. So whenever you get up into bigger wheel loaders or or other Kubotas, the cab looks like it belongs. This one has been added on kind of. It still has your heat and air conditioning, and it is pretty deluxe in the scheme of things. Visibility wise, they've kind of cut a little bit out, like the down low here. It'd be nice if that was all glass without some partitions and stuff there. You know, the pillars could be widened but give you more glass to see. You're also limited by space, right? So whenever you get into it, it functions, it does what it's supposed to do, whether it's municipality or whatnot, being that heat and air conditioning. It does work for a lot of different people, or on a dairy farm is where you see a lot of these whenever it's not underneath the, whenever it's not in the mine. It does come with a suspension seat. You can see there is a little bit of movement in it because the seat can be reversed if you ever did get a backhoe on the back. But in between time, if you're never putting a backhoe on it, it is annoying to have it bounce around back and forth like that. At the end of the day, they've crammed a lot into here. So like I mentioned, for your drive system, you do have a forward reverser on there, and then just a standard functioning pedal there to rev it up. Loader controls are pretty standardized. It does have differential lock. It does have an updated display. Again, that display now is roughly 10 years old, so it could use some more updating, some important key information so that you can kind of know what's going on with the unit as things are happening with it. But as you'll see in like a skid steer kind of idea, like the new Dash 3s on that, or the new Dash 4s on the excavators, just to give you a lot more information on that. Lots of room around it. As I mentioned, that you can flip this around, but whenever it is an open station one, it looks virtually the same. Doesn't really change a whole lot whether there's a cab or not. Okay, so now we moved around to the back. We've popped this window here to kind of give you an idea of, as we mentioned, about this being kind of a drop-on cab. Yes, it is sealed, not overly tight, so you'll see a little bit of gaps in between there. It's more just dropped on there and away we go. So it is neat having this back window pop really big open here, so I'm not really quite sure why they went with this design, but it is here and it is neat to have that. So as we move a little bit further down, it is an option to get that counterweight. I have yet to see any wheel loader out there without a counterweight, as you kind of want that so that you can actually get some lift out of it. You can get a backhoe on the back. Not only is it a backhoe, it is a side shift backhoe. So we do have another couple of videos from years ago demonstrating that whenever we had one of those here. It was kind of an interesting one. It is manual side shifting, is not hydraulic, but it is a neat backhoe all the same. And you do see a lot of them out there whenever in that world of small wheel loaders with backhoes on them. So yes, that brings the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed learning about the R430. I was super excited to deliver this to you. It's been a while since we've had one in stock, let alone with a cab on it. There's just not that many out there. It is a simplistic machine. So if you find that I in this overview video kind of skipped over something or missed something, please let me know, because I wanted to give all the key facts and features about this. So if you enjoyed today's video though, please like and subscribe, and if there are any comments, please down below. Thank you.